Hey, welcome to launching #Church Online. This is an historic event as this is the first webinar that we are putting on as Life.Church, Church to Church. And my name is Greg Gackel. I'm the product team leader here. And it's a joy to serve you and the capital C Church. So thanks for joining us. Hope that this will be beneficial to your ministry today.
And my name is Brian Ketron. I serve alongside Greg on the Church to Church team, and I serve as a user advocate. So I have probably talked to some of you guys on the phone, maybe via email, and now on video. If you guys haven't done it yet, I'd love for you to share this event with specifically your church pastor friends. Our whole team will be here answering questions in chat. And so we want to make sure that if you have a heart for Church Online, that you're getting some of this information today. Mm-hmm. Also, we'll be giving away these t-shirts today. So if you're able to stay with us through the whole event, you might end up with a free t-shirt on your desk.
And not only that, we want to connect you to really the heart of what Church to Church is. And we are here to resource the capital C Church. We believe that we could do infinitely more together than we could do apart. And one of the things that we can do together is Church Online. So that's why we provide this free resource so that all the barriers could be removed for you to do ministry well online. And for those of you who are totally new to the platform, we wanted to introduce you now.
Having Church Online allows you to reach people who might never have walked through the doors of a church building. And the Church Online platform makes doing church online easy for churches everywhere. Now, a pastor from Ohio has the ability to reach people for Christ in Miami, Tokyo, London, or anywhere in the world. With features like live chat and live prayer, the Church Online platform is more than a video player. It's a free tool to build a global community.
The Church Online platform, in my mind, is an effort for us to be able to use technology to reach across language barriers, to reach across geographic barriers, to be able to take the church to places that it could never go before, because we now have the opportunity to do that at this moment in time.
If they have an internet connection and a laptop or desktop, mobile phone, tablet, whatever, some sort of device, we can take the church to them. I never thought that I would be able to go to every single country in this world. And even though I've never physically been there, I've been able to take the gospel to every country in this world. That would not have happened without the Church Online platform.
You know, the Church Online platform is a tool that we created many years ago, and really the purpose of the tool was to help other churches connect to a global audience so they could truly bring their church experience into an online forum. But our heart behind this platform was allowing other churches to have community around content.
When you show up at one of our services, you're not just watching a service, but you're engaging in a conversation.
Church Online platform is something that we've now made available completely for free. And we don't do that because we want to make it free because it's cheap. We actually have invested a lot of money in making it the best it can possibly be. But we do it because we believe in the ministry impact of it. And we want it to reach as many people as possible. And we don't want there to be any barriers for any church of any size to be able to do ministry online.
So get started with the Church Online platform today and take your church out of the building and into the world.
God can do some incredible things through Church Online. And when you're first getting started, it can be quite intimidating. But I hope that today, while we walk through some of the different features on the Church Online platform, that you'll discover it's not quite as hard as it might seem. The things we'll be covering today are the dashboard, creating events, setting up service times, using interactive slides, customizing your theme, and adding users and assigning roles.
And so when I was driving into work today, I started the car and I'm looking in front of me and I see a speedometer that's telling me how fast my car is going. I'm looking at a fuel gauge and an oil gauge, all these things, a part of a dashboard that tells me really how my car is performing. And then I might go to a hospital and get hooked up and see my blood pressure, my pulse, and these things are telling me the vital signs of my body and my health. And so in many ways, we create the dashboard feature to do those things for Church Online. It really is the home base for data. It's the place where you find the stats stats and the charts from anywhere from new attendees to prayer engagement. And so I hope that you will really leverage this feature as we jump in and learn more about what dashboards can do for you.
The dashboard is your home base for data. Find stats and charts for everything from new attendees to prayer engagement. The dashboard is the default page when you go to your admin. When you first land on the page, you will see User Sessions. This is the number of people that have visited your page broken down by day. This includes guests and registered users. As you scroll down, you will see New Users and Top Inviters. New users are the number of new accounts created at your church online services. Top inviters are the people who have the most influence when inviting others to attend your church online experience via the share buttons. You can see how many people have visited your site because of that person's social post. The next area is the most important area and shows how many people have come to know Christ. This metric is gathered after you have created a salvation slide and a guest visiting the page clicks the link. The final section at the bottom of the page shows analytics about your chat. You can see the total number of messages sent through your church online platform, as well as see a comparison of number of guest messages to volunteer messages.
So we just learned a little bit more about the dashboards. If you have any questions about that or really anything to do with the church online platform, make sure that you're posting your questions in chat. Our team is here to support you. We want to make sure to get that answered. If we happen to miss your question, click on the slide below me. You'll be taken to a place where you can post your question, and we'll answer that right after this webinar gets done.
And we are just scratching the surface with launching #ChurchOnline. So if you have people that you want to invite, hit those Twitter, Facebook, let them know that they could join in as well. And we're going to move now into what makes the lifeblood of Church Online, what truly makes Church Online, and that is events. Because Church Online is more than just playing video. It is about connecting community and interacting with each other from all over the world. And so that's really what we want to talk about today. So let's jump into events.
To get started creating your first event, you will need to log in to your admin and select the Events tab. You will be taken to the New Events page. From there, you will fill in some basic information about your event, like the title, speaker, and a brief description. These will all be displayed on the public-facing side of the Church Online platform. You will also need to set an event duration. This will let the platform know when your event has ended. When your event ends, the video will stop playing and the chat will close. If you are ready to make the event active, you can turn it on here. Scrolling down a bit, you will see User Notes and Volunteer Notes. User Notes will be displayed publicly and is a great place to leave messages for your attenders. It is very common to add sermon notes here. Volunteer Notes is the place to add notes that only those with volunteer roles will be able to see. This is a great place to make announcements to your team. At the bottom of your screen, you will be able to toggle on and off features for your event like notes and the map. Once you have your event set up, be sure to click Save. Now that your event has been created, there are a few more things to set up before your Church Online is ready. We're only going to cover the required areas here. For a more in-depth look at events, be sure to check out churchonlineplatform.com/help. After you've saved your event, you are going to need to set up some service times. You can set these up to be once, daily, or weekly. For example, we will start with a weekly event. There are a couple of features here that give you control over the flow of your service. Chat Start allows you to start your chat early. This allows users to sign in and begin chatting before services start, similar to visitors hanging out in the lobby before a service at your physical campus. Video Start is a powerful tool that allows you to start your live video feed even before your event has started. This allows you to run things like countdowns or pre-service videos without it affecting your start time. If you would like individuals to be notified at the end of an event, be sure to add their email here. The final thing you will need to do before getting started with events is add your video content. There are two ways to deliver this content. The first is via simulated streaming. Simulated streaming is a type of video broadcast that keeps every online attendee in sync using a pre-produced video. So if your event starts at 2 p.m. and an attendee logs on at 2:05 p.m., they'll join the service 5 minutes in. Using the simulated streaming feature, you can add an embed from YouTube, Vimeo, or Wistia, and everyone will see your video content in sync, simulating a live experience. If you will be doing live services, you can use the streaming provider option. Streaming providers are companies that will take your live video content and make it available for the web. You can see more details on how streaming providers work by visiting churchonlineplatform.com/help.
Now is the moment that you guys have all been waiting for. It's time to give away one of these t-shirts right here. Here is how this is going to work. I am going to ask a question here in just a moment, and you're going to post your response in chat. So if you have not signed into chat yet or created a nickname, make sure to do that now. So here's the question. How many salvations have there been through the Church Online platform this year?
So go ahead and put your answers in the chat section over there. And as you do that, we're going to transition to the next portion of our training. And that has exactly to do with how we know the number of salvations. And that is through slides. Slides are a way that you can poll your audience. It's a way that you can customize the experience for the content that you are delivering. And it is a way that you can see lives changed forever as they click on that button to receive Christ. So let's jump now into slides.
Slides can be used as a supplemental element on your page to increase engagement. They are shown below the video and can be interactive. Slides can be pushed automatically or manually depending on what works best for your church. Click the Slides tab on the left side of the admin to begin. Next, click the Add Slide button at the top of the screen. There are 4 types of slides you can add. Background image is a slide that has content over a selected image. This option requires that both an image and the content box be used. These are good for more complex slides, especially ones that you would like to add HTML to. Image is a slide with no content and only an image. The content area will be disabled for these slides. These are a great option when you will only be using an image, for example, a welcome slide. Poll is a slide that allows you to ask questions that the user is able to respond to. By default, there is a hand-raised image uploaded, but you can add your own. These are often used when asking visitors a yes or no question. Salvation slides are exactly like the poll slide question, but are unique in that they are recorded to your dashboard so that you can track how many people came to Christ. After you've selected your slide type, you can upload an image, add content, and add a URL for your slide to link to. Once you're done, be sure to hit save. You can now add these slides to your event.
So we thought we'd do something hands-on related to interactive slides. Now that you've heard more about it, we're going to throw a poll question up right below me, and you can answer that question and see the numbers go up as people respond to that poll. And not only can you create customizable slides for your experience, but you can also create customized themes.
So the Church Online platform is fully customizable. From the color choices to user interactions, you guys are really in control. You can choose video sizes, chat modes, and customize virtually every button. Whether you're a novice or a web developer, you'll be able to create something that really fits who you are as a church.
Selecting and creating a theme is the key way to control the look and feel of your site. While these are fully customizable, there are a couple of pre-made themes that can help you get started. The standard video theme gives equal weight to both the chat and video. It is a balanced theme that allows for increased engagement and works best when many of your visitors are on small screens. The large video theme is focused on the video content and allows you to give more emphasis on the content being shown. This is a great option if more of your users will have higher resolution screens. Once you have selected your theme, you will be taken to a page that will allow you to easily edit the colors, layout, and background image. If you or someone on your team knows CSS or JavaScript, you will want to take advantage of the Advanced Editor. This area will give you complete control over the look and feel of your site. You can get to the Advanced Editor by going back to the theme and selecting Edit. From there, select HTML. You can now see all the JavaScript and CSS elements on the page. For more information on themes in the Advanced Editor, be sure to check out churchonlineplatform.com/help.
So what is the Church Online all about? It's all about people, and it's all about the way people engage online around God's Word.
And up until this point, we've talked about how we can develop an online community all around the world. But something we haven't talked about is really what happens behind the scenes, this volunteer force that is now running an online ministry. How can we equip them to do their job well? So we're going to jump into the next feature we are calling users, how you can add users and give them different roles to really fulfill the ministry calling they have online.
To begin adding users to your site, go to Users on the left-hand side of your admin and select Add Users. Once you are on the Add User screen, fill in the person's name, email, and nickname, then select their role and click Save. After you click Save, the user will be emailed and asked to confirm their account. Often it is important to give your users different levels of access depending on what they will be doing. To set up custom roles, select Roles from the left-hand navigation. Then select Add Role. From here, you can set up roles that are specific to a group of users, like live prayer permissions, the ability to push slides, and the ability to access the dashboard. For more information on users and their roles, be sure to visit churchonlineplatform.com/help.
All right, it is that time.
Yes.
Time to give away our t-shirt.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, the number of salvations this year on the Church Online platform were 17,894, which means, I have it over here, Tim Lim, is that correct? Tim Lim is our winner, so what you need to do, yes, give him a round of applause.
Good job, Tim.
So Tim, what you need to do is you need to email help@churchonlineplatform.com, put I'm the guy who won the shirt, give me your size, and then we'll get back with you and we will get that shirt sent to you.
And now we shared with you that we have a great announcement for you, and that is, some of you may have figured it out already. One of the costs that's incurred with Church Online Platform is you do have to use a streaming provider, but we wanted to remove as much of that barrier as possible. And so we integrated YouTube a while ago so that you could do live streaming through that platform and through Church Online. And then we added Vimeo now because it is a cost-effective solution for this, so that now you can do syndicated experiences. And what that basically means is not only can you do a live stream free through YouTube, you can now add in Vimeo to schedule out your experiences throughout the week. And so we just want to announce that feature to you. In fact, before we ever went public with it, we now have over 700 people using that feature. So we're very happy about that. But let's go into the interactive part. Obviously, we want to answer some of your questions that have been coming in. And so let's look at this, Brian. We've got, what is the best way to use the chat feature on mobile?
So, he looked at me, so I guess that means I'm taking it. So right now, there is not a built-in chat feature on our mobile device. It's an area that we're actually going towards in the very, very near future, something that we're aggressively tackling. But there are some workarounds if you're comfortable working with the HTML and the CSS on the advanced editor. And so if you want to know more about that, I'm not going to go into a ton of detail here about how to make that happen. But you can email us at help@churchonlineplatform.com, and we'll give you some information on some of the things you can take out to make chat work on mobile.
All right, next one. Does Church Online support multiple bitrate streaming? I will answer this one for you. So there is something that you need to know about the platform. So basically, we create the structure and the interactive environment for you to use and have a Church Online experience. But there's always a third party you need to go through for that streaming provider, whether it is YouTube or Vimeo, and you may choose another provider as well. But that party would handle the streaming services for it. There are others out there, you just upload one video to it and they will do all the multiplexing so that it will work on mobile, different bit rates, different devices and things like that. But the platform does support those as long as you just get an embed code from that party and you just basically post it into the Church Online platform, it will work.
So we've seen a couple of questions, it looks like, about transcripts. And this is something that's actually been requested for a really long time. And the sort of short answer right now is that it isn't available. Really what it comes down to right now is that we're kind of working through some legal things right now. Whenever you start taking people's information and start copying what they're saying, there's just some legal things that we have to work through to make sure that we're covered before we offer that to you. So I don't want to say it's even coming just yet, but it is something that we're actively looking at, trying to find a solution for.
And maybe kind of a bridge into our next question is you can always have a volunteer who's assigned to that, obviously manually surveying the chats, taking notes as to how they could develop your chat host if they need those conversations. And there are multiple ways in the platform that the person can also respond if they're filling out a prayer request form so that you can get back to that prayer request, or maybe even through live prayer. Whoever's assigned to live prayer can gather that info too so that you can follow up well with them.
Now, I'm going to interrupt Greg real quick because we made a mistake, it looks like.
What?
Ryan Shook, you were the winner of the t-shirt. So, Ryan, you do the same thing. You email, hey, I'm the other guy who won the shirt. Email help@churchonlineplatform.com. We'll get you taken care of. Don't worry, Tim. You're getting a shirt too.
Yeah.
You're getting a shirt too. All right, now we're going to get back to our Q&A.
All right, so another question was, how do you recruit a volunteer team to run church online, and what are some ideas for recruiting a great team? Before I jump into this, I just want to tell you a little backstory. 5 years ago, I was in your place launching a church online from scratch, and so this was one of the questions I had as well. And there are many ways you can do this. Obviously, you can just find the people within your congregation who are passionate about technology and using it. You can see who's active regularly on your social media channels and let them know about a new opportunity to serve online. There's different ways you can organize your volunteer teams, and we're not saying there's one way to do it, but I've seen many churches do where they have basically an experience team that they call all those volunteers to serve in different roles on the live experience, and there might be a production team who's helping behind the scenes, just capture and edit video. And then response teams who are following up with prayer requests or any needs that come through church online. So I've seen those teams, as far as volunteers, be basically scheduled and organized to do those roles. So I hope that answers your question. But I would just keep your eyes out, see who's active currently on your digital channels, and they've already got a passion and a skill for it. They might just jump right into church online.
So I see one. This one gets me pretty excited. It says, do you plan on having tutorials in Spanish? So right now there isn't a roadmap or we don't have anything planned to make those in Spanish. What we have done is on the Church Online platform. It's available in a bunch of different languages right now. We've had volunteers come in, help us with the strings, help us get that translated. What we have not done though is done our tutorials or even some of our marketing page. So whoever it was that asked that, you better be emailing help@churchonlineplatform.com. I personally want to make sure to get connected to you because we're looking for people who can volunteer in that area, help us get more of our content localized. So whoever that was, make sure to email. I want to connect with you.
Let's take one more question, and what is it? We see a lot of more technical and advanced things come through, and we're going to have some more webinars coming up to really dive into the details of this. But one was, what ways can we encourage people attending to create a user account? Obviously, there's multiple ways you can do this. The users that do sign up, you have that database that you can then market to them. But getting new users, you can obviously make the buttons more clear and available. One of the advanced features, too, is automations. So there are ways that you can jump into the platform and say, hey, if this user came from Facebook for the first time, then pop up this window. And there's different coding behind the scenes that if you have a programmer or want to lean on us for some of that support, we can dive into the details of how to do that. So.
Cool. So we're going to transition out of Q&A right now. And what I can tell is we will need to make this longer next time.
Add some more time to it.
But if we didn't get to your question, that URL that I've been talking about, or that email I've been talking about, help@churchonlineplatform.com. Make sure to email that. Send us your questions. You can also check out churchonlineplatform.com/help. And we've got our community page on there, all of our help documentation. You'll get connected to any number of myself, our team, our volunteer team, and we'll get back to you very, very quickly. Now, it's time to give away another one of these t-shirts. And here's how this one is going to work. So right after this webinar, in about an hour, we're going to send you an email. And we really have a heart to get better, to make sure that we're serving you guys the best that we can. And so part of that is that we want feedback. And so we're going to get feedback. We want feedback on this event. So when you get that email, make sure that you reply back to that that will enter you into the drawing for another t-shirt. I don't know how many we're giving away yet, but I'm going to give away a few. So make sure to do that. Also, part of what I get to do, I have the honor of leading our volunteer team. And we've got volunteers who are full-time pastors who come and volunteer with us. We've got a guy sitting in the room right now who owns a company, and he manages and runs his company and volunteers with us almost as much as he is running his own company. We've got guys overseas. We've got a couple of brothers in Romania who are serving with us. And so if that's something that you're interested in, email us. You can even email me directly, brian.ketron@lifechurch.tv. Let me know that you're interested in volunteering, and we'll make sure that we get you walking down the right steps to get plugged in to volunteer on our team.
And I just want to share with you a little bit of the heart of why I'm glad to be here doing this for you. I really don't believe it's an accident that you are here today, that God has given you the resources you need to get started to do online ministry. We've got to connect to people where they are, and people are online right now. And so that's really the heart of the Church Online platform, is to engage with people who have not had a relationship or a connection with God, or maybe they're de-churched and they've given up on church, and this is a way that they can back into the church. And maybe you have some fears about starting church online. I want to encourage you to name those fears, but let us walk with you through them and help you take your next step. And you'll realize that there is so much blessing in doing church online, and so much ways that this can even give life to the church where you are physically located. We've seen churches use many strategies in doing church online, whether they've launched campuses where they've seen people connect with them online. They've launched mission projects where they've seen people connect with them online. So I just want to pray for you and the vision that God has given you for how you can leverage this tool. And it is my passion to believe that technology is neutral. If you think about it, like a hammer is a piece of technology, and you could really hurt someone with a hammer, or you can build a home for someone who does not have a home with a hammer. And so the Church Online platform is a technology that you can use to leverage and expand God's kingdom and reach around the world. I've always thought about it. Something when I was beginning Church Online, someone came up to me who was a mentor and said, I think God might come to us one day and say, I gave you the internet. What did you do with it? And so we're here to help you leverage the internet to reach people for Christ. And so I just want to share that with you. But before we end, I want to pray for you and our time. And just thank you for just either taking your lunch break or setting aside this time just to be with us. There's more to come, so look forward to connecting even more. Let's pray. God, I just thank you for this time. I thank you for the ways that you have just kind of grown us and introduced us to a tool that can be used for your kingdom. God, I pray for the hearts of everyone joining us right now, God, that you would just open them up to see more of you. God, help them to see the possibilities of church online, connecting people who are far from God and getting them closer to you. God, I thank you that you went to every means to find us in relationship. And so, God, we want to do the same. We want to do everything short of sin to reach people for Christ. And so, God, thank you for the tools you've given us. God, I pray that you would bless the hands that are using it. God, help us to connect even in more meaningful and deep ways to help these churches take their next step in leveraging this tool for broadening your kingdom. We pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
We love you guys. This is our team. We love you. You guys have a good one, and please remember, email help@lifechurch.tv if you need anything.